All right, it's 12:44 a.m. Just this is like the middle of the day for me. So I've been doing quite a few of these already this year. But also I know there's a lot of confusion. Everybody's going to give you a different opinion and try and sell you things and tell you that theirs is better or whatever. But I wanted to put this video out there. I've done a few in the past, but one more time, I got to freshen it up. And just explain real quick the WP airforks in the snowbike application. So the very first airforks came out, 2016 and a half, 2017. The early versions did have, and they look like this. If your fork cap is black, if it's a 2016 through 2018, it's gonna look like this. Might be 19, but I think 18 was the last year with the black cap. In 2018, they did change the air piston inside of here to a different design, and since they've done that with some proper lubrication and change in here, these can be a very good snow bike fork. But initially, that's what the failures were coming from, basically the Gen 1. So if your air cartridge, air side looks like this, hopefully you guys can see that, the silver, more than likely the air piston inside is gonna be good and you don't need to worry about it. So air side on the left, damping side on the right. Damping side, black cap, they're basically the same thing. They did change the piston and a few things, but they all can work and interchange. The length is a little different from the early versions, but yeah. So your damping cartridge, obviously we set our air pressure, and for me, I don't like to run max. Like, you can run up to 220 PSI in these. With my setup, we typically run anywhere from 160 to 190. But once this is taken apart and set up and made and set up for a snow bike, it takes all that pressure. I mean, it's hydraulically controlling the action of the fork through the shim stack, just like a spring fork. But obviously that's the critical component here. So yes, if you do have a 2017, 16 and a half, 17, or 18, 18 is the tricky year because they did update it, and you kind of have to roll the dice and hope that you have the updated seal, because I think it was about halfway through 2018 that some have the old style, some don't. So, but yes, other than that, the damping side can interchange. And yes, you can have the lightest snow bike forks and they perform the best, or as good as a good set of spring forks. But the main advantage here that I like is that you're anywhere from 3 to upwards of 8-9 pounds, depending on if you have the trio with spring forks. There's a lot of weight. A Yamaha spring fork with the trio is literally like 10 or 11 pounds heavier on the ski and in the front end than a KTM Husky gas with air forks. So yeah, hopefully that helps. If anyone has questions, you can message me directly, usually through Instagram is best, or my number is out there. You can text message me. So yeah, I'm gonna actually be doing a revalve special on the air forks here coming up, like a Black Friday sale. Watch for that. But right now I do have about 4 or 5 of these cartridges that I have valved and I can set up, and I will be selling them so that you can just keep your dirt set up. So this, and I maybe should have done a different video, but I'm gonna just keep it all in one. So if you're going back and forth to dirt, that's where this next part of my video is gonna come in. If you're gonna keep or go back and forth to dirt and you like your, the suspension, for motocross or whatever, you can take and pull your cartridge out and then replace it with one of these that's set up for snowbike, and then switch it, in the spring and the fall, go back and forth, and then just obviously adjust your air pressure. I've had quite a few people that are starting to do that now. So I think that's the biggest thing, is being able to do this yourself. It's really not that hard if you have the right tools. Like I said, it's 50mm wrench. You loosen the cap, slide this out, literally, and then you will have the exact same cartridge, dirt, snow, slide it in, install, base bolt, tighten it up, dump your fluid in, however much we call for, tighten it up and go. So that's a pretty slick way, an alternative to go back and forth if you're using your bike for both seasons and have air forks. This is going to be a pretty good, budget friendly, and performance wise, you're still going to have good moto suspension and also good snow bike suspension. So again, hit me up on social media if you got questions, and yeah, stay tuned for more awesome videos and snow bike content. Season's coming up, and it's supposed to be another good one, so let's do it.